Just keep your eyes closed. I hope you have contemplated over the ideas that we have shared yesterday, the insight into all your emotions. Today we shall see more elaborately, but before that, just see it for yourself. Direct your attention to the outer landscape. The vast space, formless. The formless space is not a built-up, always remains as it is. The space almost like timeless. Changeless, unaffected in time. But in the womb of that changeless space, all changes are taking place. Millions of stars and galaxies appear to disappear in a vast stretch of time. Locally, a mountain appears and disappears. Rivers can flow and dry. There is a gentle breeze, and there is a massive typhoon or a cyclone. All these are built-ups, starting with a gentle breeze, becomes a low pressure, can create a typhoon, cyclone, tornado. All are built up of air. It all starts with a gentle breeze, builds up to a massive cyclone, spends itself out. In and through that, a gentle breeze and devastating cyclone, space remains ever the same. Another form can be blown away by its ferocity. The space untouched, unaffected. Same way, in yourself, direct your attention within. Being yourself, the awareness, the timeless existence. Ajo nitya saswatoyam purana, ajaha unborn, nitya eternal, ever existing. changeless, imperishable. In that, a thought like a gentle breeze appears. Your first thought is knowledge, never an emotion. In the object of knowledge, there is no emotion. There is no emotion in the gross world. Object of your love, infatuation outside, but your love and infatuation, an emotion within. Object of your hatred, adoration, jealousy, fear, outside, but the emotions are in you. And all these emotions are built-ups. You don't begin with emotion, you begin with a thought. But as you have seen more and more, you appreciate yourself. You begin with yourself, the beginningless, endless existence awareness. A thought, a perception within. The thought, in the first place, is the impression by a perception outside. But a thought is a perception within, where you are conscious of a thought. Your sense organs shall never see the thought of the object. Eyes shall see the mountains, but never the thought of the mountain. Your memory is invisible to the sense organs that helped in collecting the memories. Your memories are invisible to the sense organs. Eyes can't see, ears can't hear your thought. The nose can't smell, the tongue cannot taste. You can't touch your thought. Though in the first place, the thoughts are impressions born of your perception, sense organ coming in touch with sense object. So a thought is like a perception within. And the first thought is knowledge. Between the awareness yourself and a thought, there is absolutely no conflict. As even between the space and any object, there is no conflict. The individual who is afraid of a cyclone, afraid of a landslide, afraid of an avalanche or an earthquake, space, a quiet, vast expanse. Same way, in the vast expanse of awareness that you are, all thoughts are sheltered. Like the space doesn't resist any object or crave for anything. In awareness, no resistance to a thought or craving. Catch it, see it for yourself. Resistance and craving belongs to individuality, I thought, which is the architect that builds all emotions. Just see that much. Yourself as you are, effortless, instantaneous, a thought, an innocent picture between the thought-free awareness that you are and the thoughts of all kinds. There is no conflict, no resistance. The I, the individuality, unaware of his own nature, ignorant of himself, takes the I thought to be itself and fights or craves, resists all thoughts, and that triggers emotions of all kinds. As such, who you are, free from every perception, body, sense organs, thoughts, emotions, I thought, and nothing ever touches it. Be that self, the awareness. When thus you abide in yourself at all times, all places, in all conditions, sthita prajna, comme a wise one, samadhistha, samadho atmani tishtati, abides one's own self all times. Sthita dhi, ever restful, abiding in yourself. Just see that, please. स्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ह्यनावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। Page number 62, please. ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषुपजायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामः कामात् क्रोधो विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषुपजायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामः कामात् क्रोधो विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति। I hope you have thought over these ideas. Yesterday we saw so elaborately. Because when you are with yourself, when you know your nature, every emotion, every perception becomes crystal clear. No more you are lost in the labyrinth, in the dense, deep forest of emotions. Everything becomes a pleasure. Or, if you understand the mechanism of all emotions and perceptions, including the I, the individual, who is responsible, who is the architect of all emotions, you are aware of yourself. Your individuality is not the architect of the universe. The gross universe, the sounds, touches, tastes, smell, sight, is not your creation, nor your physical body is your creation. The individuality that takes the credit for any type of creativity is such a misplaced entity. It builds up, it creates a permutation combination. It creates a new arrangement. No individuality, no individual can create anything new in this universe. That is why scientists are in trouble. The person who thinks we are creating new things, you are not creating, you are arranging. Possibilities are inherent in the universe. If there is no electricity in the water, no engineer can produce hydroelectricity. If there is no possibility of atomic energy in an atom, no person can fix it and create it. It is given to human intelligence, a blessing, to appreciate the potential, the possibilities in the whole universe. But to assume that ownership, that I am the creator, and that arrogance, stubbornness, insolence, pride destroys the man. Same thing also, what you see in like a macrocosmic level, let us say scientist whose mind moves in space and galaxies and intergalactic environments, tiny ordinary individual is lost in his own little world. But both are lost in the land of their emotions. One is educated, highly sophisticated. Other is uneducated and totally a dunce. But both are victims of the ignorance of themselves. When the ignorance of the ordinary individual harms himself, and not many people around, the ignorance of the self for the educated harms himself and destroys a lot of people. Because you have the power and position at your disposal. So the emotion of an ignorant man creates confusion for himself. The ignorance of the self of an ordinary person creates problem for himself, but it's a micro level. But a person who is occupying high positions, and when he is ignorant, destroys a lot of people. Remember that example I gave you. When you throw a bullet at somebody, nobody shall die. It's a bullet ping pong. I throw bullet, you throw bullet. I throw bullet, I throw bullet. But the moment somebody tries to pick up a gun and puts that bullet in, you run for your life. It's delivered through a powerful instrument. That little bullet can be absolutely devastating. Anger, like a bullet. An ordinary person gets angry. Nobody bothers. So the Prime Minister of a country has anger in him. Jealousy, parochialism, personal vendetta, vengeance. It shall destroy a country, continents. Please observe. So it's absolutely essential, long before you understand the creation, to be appreciative of one's own self. Because when you know yourself who you are, you shall have a complete picture of all your emotions. A little bit of it we see yesterday, today we shall see more. Or if you have a complete picture of your emotions, the perception, emotion, thought, I thought, then you cannot escape being yourself. So either of the way, in fact there is no either of the way, you cannot start with yourself the absolute. You can only start with the relative identity. That is why begin from the beginning. Begin with your perception. Don't go straight there. Most people unfortunately start with a God. Say God talk becomes useless. Or starts with the Brahman, the Absolute. The person doesn't know anything about himself, own body, little perception, thought, emotion. That remains completely hidden in one place. Unattended. You keep all your emotions unattended in one corner of your mind. Other corner, you are discussing Brahman, Absolute, happiness, infinity. There are like two different personalities it becomes. That is why most religious people are like split. In the talk philosophy, very impressive. But when they live their life, absolute disasters. Natural split, because there is no connection between the two. The person doesn't understand himself, because he has not understood his own little emotions. So the ego, the I thought, which was picking up other emotions before, now it is picking up information about himself and now processing both. So he becomes the one. Instead of resolving itself, now it is the dispenser. It is proud of the emotions, proud of the thoughts about himself. I am the Brahman, I am the Absolute. That is why people who are informed, they become so arrogant, you can't even talk to them. At least the person is not informed, ignorant about himself, there is some humility. Maybe I will know. But the person who picks up information about himself, understand, the person who picks up information about himself becomes such a disgrace. You can't talk to them. So please, we shall see today a little more of these emotions. And yesterday I explained to you how these emotions are created. First thing, in the physical universe there is no emotion. Are you going with me? Are you getting that? Very clearly. Please see that. It is not what I say. Please appreciate. It's not what I am talking to you. You see for yourself. That is why, as we saw in the beginning classes, three things. Shruti, Yukti, Anubhav. The scriptural declaration, we should tell you, you are absolute. You don't need a scripture to tell you that you are stupid. You know that. I don't need a scripture or a guru or some person come and tell me I am a limited, finite, mortal. I know it. The scripture means it should tell me something which I don't know about myself. You are infinity, absolute. So just because scripture says, shall I swallow it? No. Yukti. Logically, it must be convincing. Just see the tight steps. That is why this is a teaching tradition. If you don't understand this, you become a cheating tradition. You go on cheating. Clear exposition. Just because scripture says so, you don't have to accept it. Just because a teacher says so, you don't have to take it. That is why in BHAGAVAD GITA, Arjuna goes on questioning Krishna. Every postulation, every idea he has told, he questions it. Upanishads, full questions. The students question, teacher answers. There is a Prashna Upanishad. The whole Upanishad is a question. Question-answer format. 6 disciples goes on firing questions at the teacher, and the teacher answers. So just because the teacher says so, you don't have to swallow it. Just because scripture says so, you don't have to take it. Yukti, logically, it should be convincing. Just because scripture says so, logically it is convincing, shall I take it? No. Ultimately, Anubhav, your own experience. It must touch, it must take into account your experiences. So when a statement is given, you look at your own experience in life. That in the objective world there is no emotion, right or wrong. There is no attraction in gold. There is no temptation in diamond. There is no attraction in a man or woman. It is just a person standing there. Attraction is in your head. Distraction is in your head. There is a gold or a diamond. Attraction is yours. Just because there is a bottle, everybody doesn't feel attracted towards it. If the attraction is in the bottle, everybody shall go there. If the attraction is in the cigar, everybody shall go there. No. There is no such thing in the world which attracts everybody or distracts everybody or sort of creates some type of a abhorrence. I don't like it. The objects do not create any emotion. The peacocks are moving around. They are not inviting you to come and look at me. The peacock is dancing. The peacock is not inviting you. Come on, here I am dancing. No. The mangoes, the season comes, mango blossoms come, the tree doesn't invite you for enjoying the fragrance. The fruits come, it doesn't invite you for a dinner or a breakfast of a fruit. They are there. You go. So in the physical universe, there is absolute no emotion. Watch out. Now, in your physical body, again, body by itself is a physical body, and the body belongs to physical universe. If in the objective world, in the physical object, gross object of the universe, there is no emotion, in your body also there is no emotion. Your body is another object. Body has no demand. Deho na janati. Body does not know. If you make the body sit down here, will it go and go away? Like your car. You park somewhere and go, by the time you come back, car has gone somewhere. Why? Feeling bored that place. No. The car is car. Body is body. You brought it here, parked here. For next 1 hour, body is parked. Body is not restless. Some of these fellows say, what is this going on? Let me go. Then my body will get up. Are you getting that point? Please see very clearly. Body has absolutely no emotions. No demand. The sense organs have no demand. The body has no demand, except, as I told you, hunger, thirst, sleep. Basics. Hunger for sustenance, sleep for sustenance, thirst for sustenance. Bas. There is no other demand. And when the hunger comes up, any food will do. Body doesn't say only Chinese, only Thai, only Indian. Breathing, just breathe. Perfumed air I shall breathe. Sleep. When you're feeling sleepy, where shall you sleep? Anywhere. Just lie down. The person who is tired shall sleep anywhere, under a tree, on a stone, anywhere. Who thinks of sleeping? The body thinks of air-conditioned room is needed, 5-star condo overlooking the mountains and the ocean, preferably. These are the 3 things, as I have told you already. These are the 3 demands. There is no, even sex, physical, is not a demand of your body, because without which nobody dead. If you don't eat, you shall die. If you don't drink, you shall die. If you don't sleep, you will go crazy. Suppose no sex, nobody dies. 15 years before the awakening takes place in your body, you are not aware of your sexuality. You are alive. Anyway, we will see that later on. It will come in next few verses. Next time, all the karmendriya we shall see. So sense organs have no emotion. Body has no emotions. If you are clear, now then where this emotion begins? First begins with a perception. You begin with a perception. So the line is, Vishayana dhyayataha pumsaha sangasteshu upajayate. Vishayan dhyayataha pumsa. Pumsa for the individual. First thing is Vishaya. You see a sense organ. You see a sense object. Because unless you see, hear, taste, touch, experience an object, you cannot think about that object. How much you hate my brother? Do you hate my brother? Do you love my friend in the school? What is happening to your mind? Look at your thought. What is happening to your mind? What are you talking? Why? Unknown. Not a single thought. How much I love your brother? What are my emotions about unknown destinations? Are you interested in going to Samari? What is a Samari? It's a beautiful place I have seen. Simply some nonsense I am talking. Understand? So the first step for your emotions to begin is a thought. First thought. Are you getting that point? You must see that. This is the whole biography of a thought. These 2 verses you understand, you shall see today. The whole universal problem you shall understand. It's so fantastic. These 2 verses, believe me, if you That's why I want you to listen, think, write about it. After these two, if you have a problem, the solution is go back to that. There is no other way out. There is no alternative. It's a complete picture. Understand? You must see the mechanism of it. Drowning, listen friends, drowning a pain with a painkiller is not curing the disease. Anesthetizing a person with anesthesia because of the stomachache or heartache or somewhere is not solving the problem. Today, please understand, most people, 99% people, especially in religious field, secular field is a huge engagement only in anesthesia. But religion also, so many things are used to anesthetize. Forget your pain for some time. Dance, sing, dance, do this, smoke, here, go around, do this, touch this, smell this. So touching meditation, speaking meditation, seeing meditation, hearing music meditation, all this stuff. Why? Because the person wants to drown. If disease is cured, not by sleeping over it. Listen, a disease is not cured by sleeping over it, nor it is cured by anesthetizing it. You go to the mechanism. Why? There is a virus. Shoot the virus. Disease gone once for all. So do you want to hide your emotion? Suspend your emotion? Are you getting that point? Do you want to hide your emotion? Do you want to suspend your emotion? Do you want to live with your emotion somehow? Or you want to really enjoy everything as it is? Decide for yourself. If you want to really enjoy life as it is, you must understand the whole mechanism. How exactly it happens, just like a driver. A person who knows the mechanism doesn't have a car, he will not enjoy life. The person who has the car but doesn't know the mechanism, every breakdown the fellow is finished. In this knowledge, your body and mind is a vehicle. You must know the mechanism so that any breakdown, you are fixing it. Or you are only know the mechanism, but you are no involvement with anything, nobody, no mind, nothing. Useless life. That is why you become a theoretician. You talk a lot, but the life has no fragrance. Living has no fragrance. We don't want that type of species in this world. There shall be there, you may or may not want them, but they shall be always there, because ignorance is universal. So please appreciate. The first thought, okay? First thought. When the first thought comes, the first thought is knowledge. Please let it be registered in your mind. First thought is knowledge. Never ever have that idea that a thought is a distraction. No. Do not criminalize, scandalize a thought. A thought is innocent picture. As even this flower is innocent, the thought of the flower also is innocent. Gold, what is its problem? Innocent. Everything in this universe is innocent. That is why the creation is so beautiful. The vast space, mountains, rivers, jungles, birds, animals, how beautiful. Even human beings also nice until their ignorance, arrogance comes in. Human child is as beautiful as a tiger cub or a calf or a baby bird. The person doesn't know himself when he grows up. So please see, so first thing, see that. So thought is knowledge. What is my grandfather's name? What does it mean? No knowledge. Why? No thought. What is the height of Kilimanjaro? No thought. What is the climate now in Queensland, New Zealand? Maybe you don't know how geography. Just think of it. So thought is knowledge. Getting that point? Okay. So no thought means ignorance. Listen please. You are ignorant. No emotion. The moment you have the thought, in relation to that, emotion suddenly strikes. Your father, don't remind me. Your brother or sister, oh, I hate them. What of the girl you are living with, a boy? Oh, Swami, don't talk to me about boys and girls anymore. Why, what happened to you? Why suddenly so touching? What happened to you? Because with that thought associated emotions. Are you getting that point? How did it start? This is how it starts. Vishayan dhyayataha pumsa. Please appreciate. The first thought is knowledge. Now, dhyayataha punsaha. Dwelling upon that thought, individuality, the I, inside. Now look at the mechanism. I thought, I want it. Goes on dwelling on the object. That's the unknown things you can't dwell upon. Only known things you can dwell upon. But every thought you know, you don't dwell upon. Because yesterday I told you, 3 reactions. You like it, dislike it, indifferent to it. Suppose you touch something, a good touch sensation, oh so nice, I want it. This fellow will repeat it. Suppose you touch it, anybody missing the bees stinging you? Anybody missing? Oh, Swami, I miss, you know what? The wasp no more stinging, you know. I'm looking for a wasp nest. Anybody looking for a wasp nest? Why? The moment you see that, you want to run. Why, snakes are not biting anymore. What type of place I have come here? I want to be bitten by a snake, you know. Anybody? Why? But the moment you see somebody nice, can I touch her? Can I touch her? Why that whispering coming? Why that whispering comes? Because it is so nice to touch somebody. Touch somebody whom you like. So that is why, if you don't like the person, touch it. That's why you get a slaps, no? Don't touch me, yes. Suppose you like it, it's okay. It's okay. Think. You like somebody speaking to you? Hours. You hate somebody when you say, hello, how are you? I have no time, thank you. What happened to you? Why? No time? No. You go, why? Are you getting that point, please? So I picks up. If it likes, unconsciously the thought built up takes place. Vishayan dhyayataha, meditating on the object. Dhyayata means literal meaning like contemplating, meditating, dwelling upon that object. Unconsciously you dwell upon the object. If you are consciously dwelling upon the object, you are not under the spell of emotion. We are not talking about you. That will be wisdom. That happens when you are aware of yourself. But unconscious built-up takes place for the 99.9% people. The moment the thought comes, now wherever they go, but the thought is now spinning. Wherever they go, the thought is spinning and they don't know what to do. Like a child you tell, don't go to that toy. You go somewhere, again come back to the toy. I told you not to go there toy. Okay, go there sometime. After mommy is somewhere, again come back to the toy. Grown-up babies do the same thing. Don't look at that person. Okay, again come back. Grown-up babies. Don't have that object. Don't have the sweet. Come back, take the sweet, go away. And grown-up babies. Sangha upajayati. Listen. So when you go on unconsciously dwelling upon it, thought, see it. Sangha upajayati. Now you are very familiar. Suddenly you take notice of the thought. Understand? The more you dwell upon it, suddenly you take the notice of the thought. Like until you see something 5-10 times, you really don't take notice of the object. Are you getting that? Until you look 5-10 times, you don't take notice of the object. You do see, but it's a very vague. But when you see 5-10 times, you take the notice. Oh, it is there. Same thing. Thoughts are coming and going. Vague. Very vague. But when a thought goes on repeating itself, you take the notice. Sangha upajayate. Now, you are with that Sangha. Friendly, associated, involved with that thought now. Once you get the I gets associated with that thought, listen, now the I no more feels comfortable. Why? The thought is there, object is not there. Missing. Are you getting that? You become, thought is there, are you getting that? Thought is there, object is not there. Suddenly you are absent-minded. Why? Missing. Whoever tells you anything, you don't hear anymore. Because a thought is, you are obsessed with the thought. Are you getting that? Why things happen? Please appreciate. Because that thought is continuously in your head. You have no interest in anything anymore. That is why people, you get involved with a girl or a boy, your study is neglected. Or you get involved with something else is neglected. Because that is, you are always thinking of anger. Somebody is angry with me, I will destroy him, I will hit him, I will kill him. That goes on, other things are completely away from you. It can be infatuation, love infatuation, it can be misery obsession. Any of the way. Are you getting that point, please? Nothing else matters to you. That is where you live in your own world. Understand? So when the thought comes up, now you are ready for going to the object of your thought. Are you getting that? Now you are ready for going to the object of your thought. And this is, since every person is so incapable of handling his own thought, listen please, the advertisers, business people exploit this possibility in every human being. Since nobody can keep track of his thought and cannot live with a repetitive thought, they continuously bombard you with advertisement. Nike, just do it. Reebok, the shoes. What is that? Coca-Cola, the real thing of life. LG, Samsung, Nokia, brand. How do I talk about it? Am I going anywhere in the world? In a sense, anytime you open the magazine, look at a TV, right? You don't have to go there, they come to your bedroom. Are you getting that point, please? Advertisers come to your bedroom. The whole world, secular world, so-called religious world, they come to your bedroom to destroy you, but nobody brings in the wisdom to me. Wisdom only, are you getting that? Wisdom, one place. Ignorance, all pervasive. You are thoroughly bombarded every moment. Are you getting that point? To counteract that macro phenomenon, you can't just defy it. Wherever you go, that is the thing coming up. You are sitting down here talking. But the moment you go out, somebody sells you, this bread is the best bread, this tofu is the best tofu, this is the best honey, this is the best cake, this is the best food. Why don't you come for a company, we can go for a dance, or a music, a little food, little something. Now, that all these so-called thousands of suggestions from thousands of people completely overtake, I am the happiness. That is why people feel totally destroyed. So you may feel, understand, you may feel protected in an isolated place, but the moment you step out, there are dragons, lions and tigers ready to jump on you. Why? Because you are vulnerable, still not happy with yourself. That's why you have to be absolutely strong. Please see. So the advertisers, they take advantage of that weakness. They push that thought into your head and they reach your bedroom through the television. You understand why the world today is much more crazy. We'll see today. By chance, I am going a little beyond time also, don't worry about it. It's amazing. Please see. So they come into your room, they push thought. And when the thought is put, I want that telephone, I want that shoe only, I want that dress only. Sangha upajayate. Okay? Sangat. So first step is perception. Second step is thought. First thought, knowledge. Third step is dwelling. We're dwelling upon that. Unconsciously we dwell upon the object. Then the fourth step is, I want it. Becomes a desire. Once it becomes a desire, suddenly object becomes a desirable object. The moment you convert a thought to a desire, the object of thought becomes desirable. That is why the individual goes crazy about that object of thought. No object of thought can be desirable unless you make the thought of the object a desire. And who is the architect? You. Or somebody suggests. Somebody suggests. It's like you are innocent. You are happy in your life, but suddenly somebody comes and tells, I will give you happiness, I will give you security. You fall for it. The man or woman. Or something somewhere. Now begins your misery. What do you say? Why did I meet that devil in my life? Why did I meet that fellow in my life? Why did I meet that girl in my life? You go on grieving, but job is done. The job is already done. The person who says, I'll give you life, I'll give you pleasure, do you know what does it mean? I'll give you pleasure, that is the declared statement. What is undeclared, unspoken statement is, in the process I will also get little. But that nobody will tell. That I am a beggar. Nobody will say, I am here to give you pleasure. Oh, such a wonderful intention. Understand? The spoken thing is, I will make you happy. Unspoken thing is, if you make me also happy. Conditions apply. But those conditions will not be visible first. It is like your travel agencies. We will go this way, this place, that place, 50,000 rupees. When you reach there, tax, entry fee, everything comes up in the process. Understand? So, desire comes, fourth step already. Now, can't now number it, you go on numbering for yourself. First step, desire comes. Now, suppose between the object of your desire and the thought, there is no obstruction. You wanted it, you get it. How do you like it? You love it. Whoever facilitates it, listen carefully. Whoever facilitates to get the desire of your object, the object of your desire, which in Hong Kong they say God. There is a shop called God. You know what is that? Goods of Desire. G-O-D. Gods. You remember that shop? There is a shop, God shop. G-O-D. Goods of Desire. Now, whoever helps you to be with the object of your desire becomes your friendly. Right? Understand now why everybody loves money. With money facilitates. Money facilitates bringing the two things together. My desire and the object of my desire. Everybody loves M-O-N-E-Y. Panchakshari mantra, Namah Shivaya. In India they say Panchakshari mantra na 5 letter, no, Namah Shivaya is very holy. So M-O-N-E-Y, that is the modern Panchakshari. Everybody loves money. Why? That facilitates. You understand the point now? It facilitates fulfilling my object. fulfilling my desire to be the object of my desire. So anything can be purchased. A sound can be purchased, sound system can be purchased, touch can be purchased, taste can be purchased, smell can be purchased, anything can be purchased. The trouble is, you cannot purchase the love. Love cannot be purchased. You can purchase a man up, but not his love, obligation. You cannot. Love and admiration cannot be purchased. That's why you can purchase a person. But love and affection is not there. Think. You can hire a guru, but you can't purchase wisdom. Oh, I have given 500 million donation. You can give 500 billion. You can't purchase it, nobody can give it to you. That is why they are disappointed. Nobody can give you the wisdom, understand. It's yours. You can't purchase it up. It's yours. The beauty part of it is you can't purchase it. Lucky. Why? It's yours. Simple. Anyway, we shall see that later on. So everybody loves money because whichever facilitates to be with the object of my desire, I love it. So either a person facilitates, I love the person. Money facilitates, I love the money. Since most of the time, if I depend on money, it is independence. If I depend on a person, it is dependence. So what do you like, people or money? You understand the love for money. Why the love for money? Because another person can tell you, did I not give it to you? But the money will not remind you. I brought it for you. The money will not remind. So everybody wants money. So I want your money, not you. You understand the psychology of it? So whichever facilitates my desire to be the object of my desire, I love it. Money. Poor man's God is God. Rich man's God is money. Why? Man who has no material resources prays to God. God somehow give me. Because whom to pray? Or if an industrialist or a rich man gives it to you, what this person says? Aap to mere maa baap hai. You are my God. You are my father. You are my mother. Why? You are giving me the money. You understand the psychology? So how many gods are there in the world now? Whoever facilitates your desire to be the object of your desire becomes your God. So money is the most powerful God. Because if you pray in a place, you may or may not get it, but money shall purchase it. That is why in our world today, more people, the secular people, so-called secular people, consider themselves very practical because they go for money. What is God, God, God? Naturally. And the religious person also, he thinks he is depending on God, he is really depending on money indirectly because he sells his God to make money. He sells his God to make money. Think of it. Okay, now go. By chance you get it. So whoever facilitates in giving it to you, now that becomes the object of your desire. You understand the complication? I have an object of desire. Whoever facilitates in my being with the object of my desire, that becomes the very strong object of desire. Why? Because that one will satisfy all my desires. Why everybody is crazy about money? Everybody is not crazy about food. Everybody is not crazy about sex. Everybody is not crazy about sound or a touch or a taste or a smell. But everybody is crazy about money. Because by money, that will purchase everything. So, to fulfill the desire for one object, whichever satisfies that object, facilitates that fulfillment of desire, that becomes the stronger object of desire. So not only money, but also, Papa, I love you. Why? Papa has money. Mommy, I love you. Why? Mommy has money. Suppose mommy and Papa has no money. They don't exist. Where are your parents? I don't know. Suppose he has an inheritance, adorable papa, adorable mama. Why? They're waiting for their death so that $200,000 will come. You understand how the whole world goes crazy. That is why anybody promises you to fulfill anybody promises you to facilitate the fulfillment of your desire, you also love that person. You say, he is my hope. Because I have a dream, he is my hope to fulfill it. I have a dream, she is my hope to fulfill it. But suppose the person doesn't fulfill your dream, what do you say? Cheat. Gave me hope, but destroyed everything. Idiots, never honest. Oh, so you are so honest? You loved them for their sake? You never loved them for their sake either. You loved because they promised you money. Now money is not there, therefore you hate them. So are you honest? Every fellow is playing the game. Do you understand the point? Deceptive. How miserable. Understand, please. So next, suppose somebody fulfills it, very good. Somebody doesn't, somebody prevents you from getting it. Anger. And your anger, listen carefully, your anger and your disappointment is directly proportional to the built-up you have in relation to the object. Are you getting that? Your anger, your frustration, your disappointment is directly proportional to the built-up you have in relation to the object. If your built-up is heavy built-up, your disappointment is heavy. Your anger will be terrible. Same thing also, your relief from the object will be proportional to the built-up. You are heavily built up, when you get it, Appa, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, you feel so relieved. Are you getting that point, please? So if you get it, another emotion comes, greed, I want more. If you don't get it, you are angry. How much anger you are carrying inside you? So many desires unfulfilled. How many anger? How much anger? Are you getting that? How much disappointment? Every fellow is carrying loads of it inside. Just think. Achha, when you are angry, suppose you are angry, okay, you forget and go away. Listen carefully. You are walking on the street. You are you are watching a movie in your theater. The fellow is between you and the object of your desire. The fellow is sitting down there. You get very angry, but somehow you adjust. Listen, somehow you adjust, you go back. When you go back, you tell your friend, that there is an idiot in front of me. Whenever I was left, he is left. When I go straight, he is straight. Right, it is an idiot. You get frustrated, talk it out, forget it. Okay? Listen. Suppose it happens to be your father with whom you live, your husband with whom you live, your wife with whom you live. It doesn't go away after a discussion because it's a permanent fixture. Your father is a permanent fixture. Your mother is a permanent fixture in your life. Your husband, your wife, your partner, your person, with whomever you are living with, because it's a permanent feature. Outsiders, you get angry, forget, you angry, you talk it out and get away. But in a family, in an organization, same person, you are visible. So the moment you see him, that reminds you. That reminds you. Strangers, you talk it out, forgotten. You never you shall see that munji again. You'll see that face again. So it's very comfortable, very comfortable. That is why you can get angry with those people and come away. Easily get angry with the strangers and go away. But you don't get easily angry with your own people because that will be consequence. So you are little guarded when you are reacting to your own brother or a husband or a wife because immediate repercussion. Are you getting that? So anger comes. Suppose anger comes in, If you are a person helpless, listen carefully, if you are a person helpless, you will not allow your anger to overtake you. Because if your anger overtake you, you shall be losing the help of people, support of everybody. That's a weak person swallows the anger. Suppose you are a rich man. If you are angry, and if the fellow points out you are angry, he is thrown. Think. I am the millionaire. 30 people living with me. I am the one who pays the piper. I am the one who pays the piper. I call the tune. So that is why you can see arrogance comes with the wealth. Why? Because you have the means to facilitate not only your desires, but also satisfaction of other people's desires. That is why he who pays the piper calls the tune. But suppose I don't want to play a tune, I will say, you go to hell, I go. That I am not interested in my anything. When I am not interested in anything, don't show me your riches, get lost. Suddenly the fellow feels affected. He thought he can purchase everybody, but one person, nothing doing. I hate you. No love, no affection. That is a billionaire. He can purchase everybody out, but not his wife, not her husband. Relationship breaks down, billionaire breaks down. The love relationship, understand why love and affection? Why? Because it's a matter of your own existence, your being with yourself. Therefore billions don't count there. You are frustrated. So krodha, come to anger. When the anger comes, sammoha, krodha, bhavati sammoha. Next step from anger is sammoha, total delusion. You completely go haywire inside. You don't know what are you talking, what are you thinking, what are you doing, nothing. Why? Because sammoha, because the delusion, smriti bhramsa, the memory is lost sight of. You lose sight of your memory. That I'm son of so-and-so, he's my father, she's my wife, he's my child, she's my daughter, he's my friend. Obsession. Total obsession. Yesterday, there was another newspaper, like that Austria had happened, no? The man who had fathered 4 or 5 children with his own daughter. South America it has happened. Everywhere, there are many things. 3 daughters. This man is fathering children. But 17 years. I am not here to talk about that. What I am talking about is, what is the mind? Obsession. Forgets, my daughter is not another person. Obsession. That is why when any obsession, it can be for food, it can be sex, can be power, any obsession comes, you totally smriti bhramsa. You forget that I should not be doing this. Smriti bhramsa. Smriti bhramsat buddhi nasa. When the memories goes away, what are the thoughts you should use to discriminate? There are no thoughts. Are you getting that? When there are no thoughts, are you getting that? Good, bad, right, wrong. Everything is gone away. With what shall you discriminate? Buddhi nasa. Tasmat pranasyati, therefore dies. You understand that? Now you can put now any object there. You can go through the whole process. Listen, you can go through the whole process in relation to any object. It can be a sound. Somebody is playing a sound. Please see, it can be sound. Somebody is playing a music. You listen to it. Huh? Very nice. I like it. Can you play a little more? No, I have no time. Very selfish. Angry. I am asking just to play again. Oh, Big show off, give it yourself. Then you say, all right, this song, where is it available? This is a particular cassette, video, available there. But I have no money. You swallow it. Suppose you have money, big show, I'll get it. Assembling the sound system, bring the money. This is why money gives you power. You can show up to other people. You don't give. I'll have my own system. Put it there. Put the music. You put the music, deliberately put loud so that he can hear. You denied, no? Here is my music. You understand? And you carry that anger against him for the rest of your life. The fellow denied. You understand how little bit of tidbits you are carrying? Same thing. Somebody is giving food, serving, or giving somebody. Gave to you, gave to everybody, didn't give you. Or you thought he is not giving to you. Anger, carrying. Then you purchase one whole big basket of mango, eating alone. Especially in front of the other person who didn't give you. If you have money, if you don't have money, you swallow it. Helpless. You understand? When the collective helplessness becomes terrible, they kill the rich man. That is why in communist society. Collective helplessness. We can't afford anything, this fellow has got everything. Kill him. Take down everything. Philosophy. Everywhere. And please understand, friends, ignorance is so universal, ignorance is so stubborn and powerful. If one individual can be so crazy, imagine there are 5 billion ignorant people hanging around. What shall be the condition of the world? Worst part is, in the name of knowledge, you are dispensing ignorance. Much more disaster. We'll see that part later on. Just, we'll see today, friends, please see. You understand this much now? Your personal emotions? Now, I'll shift it to how the inner flight conflict takes place. Observe it. If you don't understand, please ask me. I'll explain it again and again, but it's very important. This in relation to objects outside. You please put any object you like, okay? This is the mechanism. You put any object, a sound or a taste or a touch or a smell or a sight, a man or a woman, you put. You put. These are the steps. And you can cut it anytime you like. Saw the object, good. Knowledge, beautiful. I want it. No. I want it. Okay, can I afford? Yes. Conscious. You shall not convert it to anger. For the wise man, why the life is so fantastic? Perception, thought. Emotions, nil. When you say emotions nil means, he can choose to be laughing, joking, destroying, everything, enjoying everything. He can choose to be angry also, pretending to be angry. That also part of, it's not a part of a built-up, it's a part of a very conscious description. Very conscious expression. All emotions. Happy with happy people, unhappy with unhappy people. You can't build up unhappiness. Are you getting that point, please? You see somebody happy, happy. Somebody unhappy, unhappy. Somebody miserable, miserable with him. The moment that person goes, you are like a pure crystal, reflecting. Perception, thought. Built up, choice is yours. Wisdom. Are you getting that point, please? And when it comes to sense-object world, you can handle like this. Now, look at the further complications we shall see now. The so-called religious stuff. Meditations, religion, gods, how disastrous they are. They're not they are. How people make it disastrous. Please observe now. You close your eyes. Not close your eyes, just understand. You are closing your eyes. Why? Because you are a religious man. Now you are meditating. You have given up everything because it has been dinned into your head, pushed into your head. World is temptation, woman is temptation, man is temptation, everybody is temptation, right? Everything is useless, so come out of everything. Now go on looking at your thought, and the person also has given you information. You are the happiness. Mere information, no teaching, no revelation, But this line can be repeated by anybody, no. This line can be repeated by anybody. That you are the happiness, you are the bliss, you are the absolute. That line anybody can tell you that line. So you think that you have got the information, now I am the happiness. Listen carefully. So, you are supposed to meditate. Watch out, assuming the role of a meditator, now the I thought becomes a meditator. I am meditating. On what? On silence, happiness, consciousness, awareness. Listen, you do the same, commit the same mistake. What you are doing outside, there is an object, I am desiring. Now, consciousness, happiness, bliss becomes an object of your desire, object of your meditation. Listen carefully. So, now I want to have a glimpse of the stillness. So between me, now that becomes object of desire. Because I have been listening now, I should be happy, I am the happiness, I am the absolute. Now the I is struggling. How to become happy? I must meditate. Okay, meditate. Meditate on what? Happiness, absolute. Listen carefully, between you and the object of your desire, whichever is an obstacle, that creates anger for you, right? Between you and the object of your desire, the consciousness, happiness, bliss, every thought becomes a obstacle. That is why you become a very angry person, because you fight with every thought. Are you getting that? Between me, you understand the point? Between me, the I thought, the meditator, whose goal is meditation. That is why you make meditation a goal, happiness a goal. Between the meditator and the meditation, if it is a goal, whichever creates disturbance. Between the two, who is creating disturbance? Your memories, your thoughts. So with whom you get angry? You fight with your thoughts, you fight with your memories. And nobody has taught you the mechanism of the thought, mechanism of the memories, mechanism of the emotions. All these built-up emotions, are you getting that? All these built-up emotions, anger, hatred, jealousy, everything that has happened in life for the longest time, 20, 30, 40 years, they are inside you. Now previously I was perceiving things, now I am meditating. Previously I was the PhD, I was the professor, I was the master, or something somewhere. Now I am a meditator. And I am initiated into meditation. And what is initiated into meditation? Initiation into meditation means chant a mantra or be the happiness. Now whichever mantra I am supposed to chant, between me and the mantra, so many other thoughts are coming. So I can't chant continuously. Suppose I am chanting, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Shivaraman. Shivaraman is a good fellow. He has gone to London. London swine flu. Oh boy, it came from Mexico. Nothing like Mexican dance, Now what are you doing? Namah Shivaya. So your memory takes over. Then what do you say? Too much distraction. Why Namah Shivaya is the mantra? So in the mantra meditation you are in trouble. Okay. Nirguna Upasana. Consciousness is the goal for the I. Anything. Are you getting that point, please? The principle between the two. Whichever comes, what happens? You get angry. Whichever thought comes again and again, you get very angry with that. And what all things have been, what is the strongest emotions for you? Remember, what is the strongest emotion? Food and sex. So what are your strongest distraction inside? Swamiji, whenever I am meditating, that music comes to my mind. Oh, does it? Or do you enjoy? Whenever I am meditating, Swami, the fragrance of the rose, that memory disturbs me. Fragrance of the rose. No fragrance ever disturbs you. Neither the sound, nor the, there will be three things. Either a sight, angry face of somebody, angry voice of somebody, or other soft touch. These are all other things you don't like, they may or may not come because you don't like it. But whichever you like, oh, she is so nice. He is so nice. Sensations of pleasure. comes up. Then what do you say? Devil is tempting me with food and sex. Mara is chanting and throwing something towards me. No Mara, no devil, no nonsense, don't worry about it. Your own memories. And you are so angry with it. Why? Because between you have made your, are you getting that? Do you know why you create a hell for yourself? Because the moment you make a destination out of yourself, between you and your destination, all this becomes obstacle. Innocent memories becomes enemies. Innocent memories becomes your enemies. Why this thought comes? Why that thought is coming? Then what the teacher will tell you? Oh, these are all healing process, catharsis, purgatory. You know something, you are getting rid of it, slowly get out of it, One will tempt you, indulge, so you can get out of it. By indulgence, nobody gets out of it. By indulgence, you are further destroyed. Because it's not a conscious indulgence, unconscious. Or fight with it. Or sit down 10 days, no food, nothing, look at the wall and sit down for 1 day. What will happen? If you force it out, as we saw in Bhagavad Gita, what did he say? Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasavarjam. If you keep yourself away from the sense object, that memory may drop out, but the taste for the object remains. So 10 days looking at the wall, the taste remains, object go away. The moment you get out of the wall, come to the world, there are some full-fledged explosion inside. So first thing you do from a 10 days camp is pizza shop. The first KFC attacked. We see it in people. The first thing, oh, you're 20 days, 1 month I have not done anything, I have not, 20 days. First thing, one big burger, one big, the ice cream or big, what is that, milkshake, everything. And of course, if the companion partner is there long back, you embrace how long? Like what is that? Magnet and the iron. Unbreakable. Why? Oh, see, I have been in the 30 days. Denial. Suffering. You can see it happening. By the time the camp is over, people have organized where to go. 5 days before the camp is over, people have already organized where you shall be. Really splash it out. Blast it off. Why? Suppressed. Just for satisfaction. 1 month I stayed without it. So what? You are lost again, no? So don't worry about it. You understand what I'm talking? And people make money out of it. The problem shall never be solved because somebody has made meditation a goal. Just like between you and the object of your desire, when there is a distance, there is desire, greed, anger. Same thing happens. Suppose you are meditating. Suppose it so happens, sometimes you do feel little quiet. Greed, more and more. I want only more quiet. I want more quiet. So you become totally inactive. Because meditation is your job. When meditation becomes your job, you become totally inactive in life. Why? What are you doing these days? Meditating. What are you doing these days? Breathing. Breathing, is it a job? Breathing continues. So what are you doing? I'm being conscious. What? Are you unconscious any time or what? Think. So greed comes. More and more. That is why people shall say, I don't want to do anything. Why? So sometimes, that is why sleep becomes very beautiful companion. Because sleep is also like this type of meditation where there is a goal. If object, are you getting that? If meditation becomes a goal and meditator reaching it, sleep gives you more comfort. Why? That little struggle which you are having when you are meditating on the object of your meditation, at least there is a little struggle, but sleep takes it away. So the sleep becomes your greater meditation. You will fall in love with sleep in the name of meditation. That is why lazy bones hang around religious places. Absolute lazy bone. What are you doing? Nothing. Oh, I see. Eating? Oh, that much. That I can't stop. Comforts? Of course I must have. Working? Oh, I don't do anything nowadays. I see. You understand? Perversion. Listen, this is just one of the things. You will see. I was destroyed this morning. When I was walking, suddenly the thought came. I was talking to Arunach. I said, this is a blast. Because this beautiful idea. Are you getting that point, please? Do you really understand the mechanism? Now go to the next one. We'll make it little more. Next one. Some people, in the name of those who are nowadays secular meditation, so this is the type of thing they give and they create further problem for you. Why? Because that becomes an object of desire. So you are angry with every thought. Anger, krodhat, bhavati samma, then you hate yourself. Why this thought is coming? I don't know what to do with it. So you are angry with the thought. So you go to meditation quiet, you come out angry. So when the fellow was not religious, everybody could talk to him. Now that he is religious, nobody can talk to him. You see this type of nonsense happening around the world. He was a normal person. Going with me to movie, happy with me, playing with me, doing everything. But now he has taken to meditation group. Ayyo. Now nobody can talk to him. Why? Because he is, he's frustrated with himself. Angry with himself. But at the same time he can't tell other people that he's angry and frustrated. So he shall pretend to be smiling, but inside carrying his load. Pretentious people. Because consciousness, the self, yourself has become an object. Object of the meditator. This is secular meditations. And what is religious stuff? They give you a god. And they make you a dog out of it. Just think of it. It's a very strong statement. Think of it. Almost like an animal you become. Why? Please see. Don't really, I should not say dog, because dog is such a beautiful animal. So beautiful. We should never use that word. I should not. I will not. I don't use it. Just a pun on the word I'm telling. Animals are so cute. There's a pig, you are a pig, you are a dog. Chi. Pigs are much more beautiful, dogs are much more beautiful than these fellows. Anyway, forget it. Think. Somebody introduces to a God. Which God? Whatever you are unfortunate to come across. Somebody puts you, this is the only God. And you must always meditate on that. Then what happens? You are sitting down, this is my Devata, this is my God. Now suddenly it becomes your God. Huh? Just like for your land you fight, your house you fight, your seat you fight, your car you fight. Now you are fighting for your God. You fighting for your God, not only outside with other people, listen carefully, but also inside. The God thought is supposed to be holier than every other thought. So you are supposed to, I, the devotee, the follower, has to meditate on that thought. And I am brainwashed to believe that is the only thought, so I feel comfortable with that thought. Whoever can question it shall be my enemy number one. A thought which overtakes this holy thought or God thought also becomes enemy number one. So you have plenty of enemies outside, inside. Why? Because your God is a name and a form. It's a name and a form. Are you getting that point, please? Since your God is a name with a form, every other name not acceptable to you. Every other form is heresy. You understand the recipe for the fanaticism? This is how it begins. We are teaching values to people. What is that value? That my God is the only God. Wonderful. So what value you are teaching? Kill everybody. Except the followers of your God. What a tragedy. You understand? This is known as, this is exactly the brainwashing, where the mind is devastated. The moment you hold the God as the object of your meditation, are you getting that point, please? Whereas in Upanishad, what do we saw? Ishavashyamidam sarvam. The God is not a name for a form, it is the name for all forms. In fact, there is only one thing is. You are not included. I mean, nobody stands excluded. It's all inclusive. Who stands apart? Nobody. What stands apart? Nothing. Which thought? Every thought. Which object? Every object. What is a distraction? But the moment you make an exclusive God, except that form, every form becomes unholy. Except that name, every name becomes unholy. Just think of it. Except that name, not only that, every other name becomes a distraction. When I am thinking of, that is why even in Trist tradition, which gives such beautiful thing, Shivaya, Shivoham, auspiciousness, all pervasive. But suppose you say, I am a Saivite, I am follower of Shiva only, so Vishnu also becomes enemy. I am Vishnu only, then Devi becomes enemy. Devi only, Ganasya becomes enemy. Headache. Understand? But there is a chance in this tradition, because even if you consider it, at one time, somewhere you will come across Sashiva, Sahari, Sendra, Suvakshara, Parama, Surat, Shiva, Hari, Indra, Brahma, everything is one and the same. Okay. But suppose there is a tradition which believes exclusive God. This is the only one. No hope. Previously, people are divided in the name of gods. Please listen. Previously, people are divided in the name of gods. Now they are divided in the name of so-called God-man. I am follower of this, follower of that, follower of this, follower of that. The whole world is busy being a follower. Nobody creates any leader anymore. Followers. When you see yourself, understand. This is why. You are comfortable with every name, every form, every thought, everything. Why? Because between me and the object of between the me and meditation, there is no distance. Between me and the God, there is no distance. All one and the same. So which thought is a distraction? Nothing. Which memory is a distraction? Nothing. Which perception is a distraction? Nothing. Whole living becomes a celebration. But the moment you make the God away from you as the object of your meditation, it shall create desire to be one with Him, anger if you can't be one with Him, greed if there is one moment of relief, and whoever prevents you from doing it, you are very angry with that thought or the person, sammoha, you forget you are a human being. You forget your visible greater identity that you are a human being, and you remain with an assumed identity, I am the follower of this. That is why mankind falls a victim at the altar of fanaticism. Even if you consider as human beings, it is far more pervasive than follower of this or that. Of course, as a human being, you shall be away from animals, species, trees, plants and other things. So when you say yourself, I am the consciousness, you are at once with every species, one and through everything. There is nothing other than me, all-inclusive. But between the all-inclusive and exclusive, it is better to have a human identity than to have a divine, so-called religious identity. Are you getting that point, please? It's better to be a humanist And most religious people will be afraid of humanism because that will take away their religions. They'll take away their gods, their faiths. So you want to create a division in the mankind in the name of little faith and little gods and little practices. This meditation, this yoga, this attitude, that attitude. Why? Help the individual to know himself. Okay? We shall see more of it later on in the evening. But please, I say, think over it. All the three dimensions, outside, object, if it's an away from you, what problems? Consciousness, nirguna. If you make it away from you, what problem? If you make God, saguna, outside, away from you, what problem? And then solution in oneness. Okay? We'll see more of it in the afternoon. Close your eyes.